Hot Mess Express. Guess what, y'all? You in the hood now, baby. Ooh wee! Once again, the Bad Boys Club. Child, did y'all see Milan? Milan is going off on Anthony. I thought they was friends. Child, none of these people's friends. You know, the girls cannot stay friends with nobody long. They do not stay friends together long. Child, Milan on his timeline on Instagram, he's saying all kind of stuff about how Anthony is allegedly a condom. That he basically, Anthony, he did this little interview, him and Relly, with this guy, and he would basically say when he was 18 years old, he got ran the train on by 6 to 8 to 12 men's allegedly. And they pound him down. He said he loved every minute of it. So, shouts out to Anthony. He's my kind of girl. I'm just saying, y'all have fun safely. For some things you need to keep to yourself. That's all I'm gonna say. But Child Milan going off. Also, it's now Gutta versus Milan. Apparently, Milan said some stuff about Gutta. His wig done flipped back, and Gutta reads, child. Da 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 da. That's what Gutta gives. Some, child Gutta doing videos. Child, the girls are going at it. This reunion is gonna have to be heavily secured by the security. The reunion is definitely gonna have to be secured by the security. Anyway, also, just a random thought. Could you imagine me being free, trusting you totally? Finally, I can. Can you imagine me? I'm convinced that Carry On signed up to do this show either to rebel against his father, or to I guess would be the same thing. Like just say just a F you to Pops or the family or whomever did me wrong or whomever put me in a box or whatever. It's given very much rebellious teenager, because at the end of the day, no matter how hard Carry On's life has been, his life has been easier than a lot of people. At the end of the day, no matter what went on, he still grew up privileged in a way, in a big way. His dad's Kurt Franklin. His dad is a huge gospel star. So, as much as no matter what he says out of his mouth, and I don't know anybody personally, maybe maybe he have had a lot of fights or physical contact or whatever. But judging just by what in my mind, what I would think, I don't know for sure, but in my mind, what I would think his upbringing would be, Carry On is not a fighter by nature, and I see, like, just him in general. I don't get that he is a fighter by nature. To be honest, probably the only person on the show that I can think of is a fighter by nature is probably Gutta. Um, but even Gutta, like he's not a bully. He's not, um, he understands a time and a place. And like Relly said, decorum. When he was talking to Carry On outside the studio. Really, all this anger that Milan and Carry On has for one another, really, it's all misplaced. All of y'all, Carry On, Milan, Relly, Anthony, Gutta, Dylan, Moolah, Curtis, whoever else, all y'all should really be mad at the producer who skipped out on the session, who double booked or triple booked and decided that he was too busy to finish the song. What was the point in starting the song? Y'all should really be mad at Metlock. What's his name? Mesh Fringe. What's his name? The producer. Y'all really should be mad at him because he was the one that started this entire thing. And like I said on my last review, I believe, Carry On stepped up to try to help Milan. I understand that you're irritated, and I understand that most of your vocals was on the record. Um, but you took it the wrong way. Like you overreacted and you was just rude. Nobody else stepped up and said anything about trying to save the song. Carry On said maybe I could help. It was no guarantee. He said, I know something about it. It shouldn't be that hard. That was him saying something. That was him trying to save the day. Whether he would have achieved or not, he tried to help. He said something. So you going off on him like that was uncalled for. And Carry On being petty as he is, him and his braids, he kept it going. He kept it going. And so, y'all both were definitely in the wrong. But Milan, you definitely created this energy. For sure. Anyway, so they're all outside in the parking lot and stuff. Really trying to calm both of them down didn't work. So all of them get in the van. Carry On, he decides to go to another van. And so, or a car or whatever, don't matter. Child, the whole time Milan is talking the girls off in the van. Talking about everything. I was screaming when they kept cutting to the boys and their confessionals and what they think. They went to Gutta. And Gutta was like, "Oh Lord, it's just so irritating. Please shut up." So, Gutta is so funny. I don't even know if he realizes how funny he is. He is super duper funny. Anthony was over, even Dylan saying stuff. Now, of course, Dylan wouldn't say anything to Milan's face, but yeah. And Dylan, Dylan is just a little follower and stuff, child. He's just happy to be there. Bless his heart. But yeah, Dylan, you still owe Milan a thank you for having your back earlier in the season. But it just shows the kind of person you are, child. So anyway, Milan's frustration is mixed with hurt. His feelings are hurt. Apparently, Carry On said even more stuff to Milan that we wasn't privy to. They didn't show that. Just like they didn't show William the Bad is twerking on Moolah because it probably didn't happen. But anyway. So, child, we at the fashion show right after the studio of them spitting on the mic, drinking, and, eating hot wings and sweating. Not even gonna not even gonna go walk into a fashion show. It was weird and random, but whatever. It was Milan's friend Winnie, and I guess Anthony's friend as well. Milan is still steaming in the car. He mad. Apparently, Carry On got there earlier. Carry On was outside the car, a little further up, and he had his back turned. All of a sudden, Milan shot out the car like a mouse, and popped Carry On the side of the head or something. I say, Lord have mercy, Milan, child. You're just taking it too far. But with that said, I do understand when you're that mad, you're not thinking straight, and you don't give a damn, really. So Libra, but you were still wrong. Like I said, Milan, you created this situation with your slick tongue. All you had to say was Carry On, no, that's fine if you don't really know what you were doing. And then if Carry On would have just decided to go ahead and do it yourself, then it would have been out of your hands. Like, what is the big deal? This is not going to be the number one hit single. It does, child. So, everybody was just like, what's going on? Child security holding him back. Winnie coming over. He trying to figure out what's going on with Milan. Milan, what's going on? Milan going off. Carry On over there as cool as a cucumber. One thing I can say that I appreciate about Carry On is that he knows how to carry himself. He knows when to pull it together, and he know how to act and keep it cool when it's time to keep it cool. And I respect that because it's not easy to do when you are mad as hell or in a very high stressful environment. So we get to the little fashion stuff. So Gutta, he starts talking to Carry On, reminding him of who he is and all that kind of stuff. They hugged and all. They would make a really cute couple, but like I said, I think Gutta is a little bit too Gutta for Carry On. I think at Carry On's core, he's a gentle, quiet soul. Um, yeah, he for the most part he gives me very earthy and just smoke a little weed here and let me play on my phone and listen to the bird. He gives me that kind of vibe. I could be wrong, but yeah. So at one point the lights went off, child. Milan ended up come back up, child. The lights went off at one point, but then the lights came back on. Moolah Mo. Out of everybody on this show, I have to say, and it's probably not going to change, the one that I dislike the most is Moolah. I think I said Anthony at one point. Probably. Anthony's still not my favorite, but Moolah, I just have so much like, who raised you? First of all, you tried to out somebody and kept trying to out somebody. You tried to just bogart your way through certain information that's not your business, and like, it's just, who are you? And then on this episode, for you to say, oh, the stylist, I don't like none of the clothes and he didn't have nothing for me. He or she did not create their fashion line for you, Mo. Put on the clothes and go on about your business. You as the model, shut up and walk. No shade to the models out there. But I'm saying, it's like, what you put on, what you wear, how's your hair, how's your makeup is not up to you. It's about whatever the designer wants, whatever the look is, whatever they're trying to give. It's not about you. You just the face. You just, you know, the what do you call it? The vessel. Just the coat hanger. Like, who are you? Yeah, we had nothing. And even Curtis jumping in. Curtis, at one point, he was trying to talk to Carry On and Milan, trying to diffuse the situation. Curtis really found his voice in this episode, and he was so incredibly nice and just trying to get everybody to calm down and be cool. And I love that. I'm glad to see that Curtis is crawling off from under Mulan's toxic shadow, and finding his voice and talking to everybody and being his own person. And I definitely appreciate that. I would think maybe it's not as easy, being a straight man in such a homosexual environment. But people are people and people love, and you can always make a bond with a human being in some kind of way. And so I'm glad that Curtis is taking that step too, because Moolah still don't give a damn. Just, Moolah's a nasty piece of work, child. Classless. Um. Okay. So let's see. So after that, we see Curtis, Dylan, and Gutta in the kitchen. It looked like they was drinking bamboo. Y'all done try bamboo? I love bamboo. But anyway, they was sitting in the kitchen chilling and stuff, and they was talking about the entire situation. Gutta was like, "Look, Carry On," telling them what he told Carry On, basically saying that Kurt Franklin is your dad. You have a pedigree, you have a legacy, and that's it. Like, you need to calm your ass down and not stop letting people get to you and stuff like that. And which, even though he's not on speaking terms, I guess, with his father, that's still his daddy, and eventually, at some point, they will come back together, as families do. Um, so, but Gutta likes Carry On, so I mean, it's nothing. And Carry On likes the gut as well. So anyway, let's just talking about that. Then we see Anthony, Carry On, and Relly by the pool. They're talking. It was just like Child Milan is doing the most, and we just tired of him. He just be doing stuff. And I don't like how he handled the situation. He embarrassed all of us, and he's the main one, the leader, sitting up there talking about how people should act and look at you and all that. And yeah. So then we have Moolah and Milan talking. And I noticed right there during that conversation, y'all think alike, y'all act alike, y'all both are arrogant. It's just for no reason, and um, just just think that you're just up here and just for what? Yes, you're attractive. What else? It's just, mm-mm, mm-mm. It's a mess. I wish we, in general, as people, especially as men, especially as black men, I wish that we could just talk to whomever hurt us and say, hey, you hurt me. Hey, you hurt my feelings. Hey, I felt disrespected in such a, and leave the ego and pride out the way, and, stop thinking, oh, if you show somebody, if you express your true feelings about how somebody has hurt you, that means you're weak or a punk. Like, we have to get out of that way of thinking. It's so dated and tired, and it's like it's little things like that holds us back. um anyway, so Rayleigh, he decides to have a house meeting with everybody. Milan was standing behind a podium. They asked Carry On, do you feel like you did anything, or you're gonna apologize? He was like, no, I'm not gonna apologize. I probably would not have an apology for somebody who hit me in the side of my face either when I wasn't looking. So, allegedly. So, Milan, he was talking, and Carry On was like basically that he was trying to discredit him, etc. He was. And Milan was like, no, I've never disrespected nobody off the bat ever. I never started anything with anybody. And I'm like, well, wasn't it the second episode when you threw that drink in Relly's face without warning? Wasn't that you? I thought that was you. Okay. Then you beat up Anthony to get into the master suite. Wasn't that you? I thought that was you. But okay. So they had that whole moment, and it just kept getting more and more nasty. I can give Milan credit and say that at one point he was just listening to Carry On, and he was just trying to understand him. And he may be on to something, that Carry On may be a little ticky ticky boom up there. Lord knows I am. So Carry On, I can relate. But I mean, it's possible. We don't know what all he's been through in his life. So, therapy is important for any and everybody, child. You ain't got to be crazy like me and Carry On, allegedly. So yeah, I was like, Lord, it just kept getting more and more disrespectful. At one point, Carry On ran up and didn't do nothing. I said, "Okay, well, this butt finna hang out." I was like, "Carry On, what's going on? Cut it out." And at one point, the conversation was getting somewhere when they started talking about how, you hurt my feelings, and you was trying to hurt my feelings. And I was like, okay, maybe we can get somewhere, but there's nobody there to facilitate the conversation. Um, they didn't want to have the meeting, and once again, men egos. Nobody wants to pump nobody down in front of people. So Carry On gets up, then Milan, he starts to get up, and then all of a sudden security just, there's just no um security. I mean, they're around, but they just backed back, and they could have just let them fight. Milan was like, get your one, get your one, looking at Carry On. And Carry On never swung, and so then Milan started to swing. And so, next week looks like it's gonna be a mess, child. So I don't know. It so could have went, a different way. But Carry On, I do like Carry On, but Carry On is petty, and Carry On do got a little attitude on him, a little more slick mouth. Um, so yeah, but this was a really good episode. But next week, child, they're bringing in William the baddest replacement, I think, which is Anthony. He's a hairstylist. But apparently he's not gonna stay long, child, because allegedly he beat up Milan's friend. Y'all know the scenes they've been showing of the Bad Boys Club on the Zeus, um, since they started talking about the Bad Boys Club, but the guys are running somebody down with the chair. That's Anthony, the new house member, running Milan's friend down with the chair and actually hits him with it a couple of times allegedly. What you got to be going through that you allow somebody to hit you with a chair? And he looked like he was smaller and more in shape than Anthony is. You could not run him. Like you couldn't like I don't know. They was outside, so maybe he ran into a dead end as to where he just had to eat that chair on his back. But yeah. Ooh, I know he felt that shit in the morning. Dear God. Dear God. Let me go to bed. World peace and stop the violence. With that said, I'm MrChalaki. MrChalaki on Google Plus. Follow me at Iskinsworld on Instagram and Twitter, at Iskinsworld89 on Snapchat, Chase King on Facebook, MrChalaki on Cash App and PayPal. And as always, run me my money or run me my fade. Run me my money the way I get paid. Stay black, stay tuned, and I'll see you guys later.